Konnichiwa, my name is Living Charles Luna, and this video I'm going to be talking about Cobra Kai, specifically Cobra Kai Season 4 on Netflix. It dropped at the end of 2021. I think it was December 31st, but I didn't finish it until January 1st. Oddly enough, I watched the first 5 episodes at the end of 2021 and the last 5 episodes at the beginning of 2022. Not like coincidentally, like it just happened. Like it was just an occurrence. So here I am, just gonna discuss season 4 specifically. And I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy season 4 of Cobra Kai. There were a lot of payoffs on certain things that were going on, and then most of the characters were well written. Like they have motivation for stuff, and they did some logical things. Like if some people would complain like, oh, I wouldn't do that, I would do this, well, some of the characters did that, and it didn't turn out that well for most of them, but for others there were silver linings and there were hopes. Now, from the beginning, season 4 is based off of, can Johnny and Daniel work together to defeat Cobra Kai? Because Johnny and Daniel are very like, we have a common enemy of your enemy is my enemy type of thing. And they did work together in the fight against Reese at Cobra Kai, but now they have their philosophies clashing because Johnny, while opposed to Cobra Kai's ruthlessness and the no mercy aspect of it all, does still take a lot of his karate philosophy from Cobra Kai. And Eagle Fang Karate is just a mix of Cobra Kai and some of the outside influences on Johnny's life. Now, like the big overarching story here is Johnny is still trying to stay in Miguel's life. He's being more involved with Miguel's mob now, and he doesn't know if Miguel will take too kindly to that. Also, Johnny doesn't want to mess up his situation with Miguel the same way as he views he messed up his situation with Robbie, his biological son. And one of the most heartbreaking, like we're skipping all over the place, but you know, it's my video, I'll do whatever I want. One of the most heartbreaking things about the like just relationship between Miguel and Johnny is Johnny has this very Mr. Miyagi, I'm hitting the bottle hard moment. And in kin with Daniel's reaction to it, Miguel helps out Johnny. He gets him into bed, and they have a very touching heart-to-heart. And the moment is taken away from Miguel when Johnny says, I love you, Robbie. Because prior to that moment, Robbie, in order to get into Miguel's head ahead of the tournament, told Miguel that Johnny's only ever going to let him down the same way he did with him, and Johnny's only trying to use Miguel to replace Robbie. And that really hit hard, and it hit home for Miguel. And while Miguel was spending time and bonding with Daniel LaRusso, he started to question and ponder whether or not he should actually look up his father. Because Miguel had researched and found where his father is. His father's living in Mexico during the time of the story. And he just doesn't know if he should confront his father, because the story Miguel was told was his father abandoned them because he didn't want to stop any of his criminal activity. So Miguel's mom valiantly took him out of that situation. However, at the season finale, it is revealed that Miguel's mother lied, and Miguel's dad doesn't even know Miguel exists. So that's setting up a whole myriad of things for season 5, and I really do hope there is a season 5, and I look forward to it. So right now I'm just drawing this Cobra wrapping around the bonsai tree, being attacked by a hawk, because I'm going to talk about one of my absolute favorite characters from the show and a huge standout in season 4 of Cobra Kai. It's the character Hawk, Eli. So Hawk was introduced as this kid who would get bullied around school and made fun of for the way he looks. And then Johnny turned his life around. Karate changed his life for the better, but because of the influence of Cobra Kai and then later John Kreese, Hawk turned into a little asshole. And it's like you either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain type of thing. And there are conflicting philosophies with Hawk and the way he studies karate and what he learns. And then there comes a point where Hawk is hurting his friends. Like he's physically breaking Dimitri's arm and other situations where they go to the LaRusso house and they just start brawling. But then at the end of season 3, there was the face turn of Hawk, to use a pro wrestling terminology, where Hawk realizes that his friends still tried to help him. Even though he was acting like an asshole, even though he was pushing their backs up against the wall, they cared about Hawk. And Cobra Kai only cares about Hawk if Hawk does what he's told and if Hawk is winning. So Hawk decided to join up with Eagle Fang Karate, which is Johnny's school. And then he became more attuned to the Miyagi-Do version of karate. And in the season finale, he managed to best Robbie. And part of that was because Robbie did not have balance. Robbie wasn't sure where his life was headed. He wasn't sure if this was the direction he wanted, because Robbie wanted to win. He wanted to win the All Valley tournament, and he wanted to show up his dad and Mr. LaRusso. But now Robbie had seen the error of his ways. He sacrificed way too much. He has to go get a GED because they're never going to allow him back into that high school ever again. Or any other high school for that matter. And it's very heartbreaking when Robbie does have this final moment after the tournament. And, I was actually legitimately happy that they made Hawk win the tournament because it completed a character arc. Hawk had always relied on someone else. And this was the first time where he branched out and believed in himself truly and had his full confidence and managed to overcome his adversities and become the champion of the All Valley in the men's division. So just to finish up, the moment where Robbie just breaks down and says that he's tired of blaming everything on his father, it's just very cathartic, and you kind of feel like he can move forward and finally start to truly heal because Robbie has just been going back and forth between trying to hate his father and trying to love his father, because while he isn't perfect, Johnny genuinely did have the best interest for Robbie most throughout the series. And now Robbie finally realizes that he was infected with the venom of Cobra Kai, and he led his student, which is the younger brother of his friend from juvie, he led him down this dark path, and now he feels regret. He feels failure, not just from losing the tournament, but from the fact that he lost the tournament to someone he looked down on, because it wasn't Miguel. Miguel was the champion. Miguel was someone he had to look out for, and he was going to crush Miguel to make a point to Johnny that he doesn't need Johnny. But Miguel was taken out of the tournament due to his injury, causing Hawk to move forward in advance and be a huge upset against Robbie. And everything that Johnny talked about and that Mr. LaRusso talked about life not going the way you wanted, always being twists and turns, and how you need to adapt and have balance in your life, all of that hit him in one moment. And he really just broke down, and he wants to reconnect with Johnny now. And where Johnny's going to go in the next season, and like to go look for Miguel, and hopefully like he gets Miguel out of trouble instead of getting him into more trouble like he usually does. Alright, that's going to be it for this video. Just to wrap it up, Cobra Kai is definitely one of the best things Netflix has done, and originally Cobra Kai started out as a YouTube series. It was just like this weird idea of, well, what if we did make a show about the Karate Kid and about all the other characters' perspectives? Because in the Karate Kid, we primarily only had two perspectives. We had the perspective of Daniel and Mr. Miyagi, and Daniel's friends, and the people surrounding him. But now we've gone deeper into Kreese and Cobra Kai and Silver and Johnny and all the people that have been affected by it, and how Daniel really did change all of their lives, not just by winning the All Valley tournament, but by sticking around, by like being a major presence in the lives of now all these characters and the new characters, the students. And they have continued the cycle of hatred, and now they want to end the cycle of hatred and hopefully move on forward to better things. Alright, if you want to follow more of my art, you can go follow my social media at LCLX25 on Instagram and Twitter. If you want to support my artwork or request fan art or get some behind the scenes of my manga, then I suggest joining my Patreon. So that's going to be it. Sayonara.